The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
A week and a half ago, on a Sunday, I spoke in Far Rockaway. And right before the speech, someone gives me a piece of paper. So I take the paper. She says, it's a letter from someone I learn with, I think over the phone. Okay. I didn't have time. I went back later that night. I come home. I open up the paper. I start reading the paper. And I'm not going to read the paper to you, but the concept of the paper was there's this woman who this lady learns with who wasn't religious, I think, at all, like zero. And then a few years ago, she started to get into religion. And one of the ways that she got very inspired is by listening to this class every week. She listens every single week for years, and she's listening to the class. So a few days later, I didn't know what to do. I didn't respond. I didn't say anything. I just had a piece of paper in my hand. A few days later, she gets my phone number. She reaches out to me. Finally, I call her back. And 2 days ago, I called her back. I don't want to say where she lives, somewhere random in Maryland, okay? Nowhere near Baltimore. I get her on the phone. She can't even speak. She's like, wow, I can't believe I'm talking to you. You like, whatever. She goes on and on. And then I say to her, okay, what's your story? She says, my story is that 3 years ago, I got liver cancer. And she says she had one treatment after another, and now she's in the trial phase. She says, but everything I look at, she says, I grew. I started to pray every day. I keep Shabbat. Now my husband also keeps Shabbat. She says, there's a local Chabad. I'm not Chabad, but I'm near the Chabad. She says, I learned with this partner that gave you the letter the other day. I don't know if it's every day or every week. She says, I'm living my life inspired. She says, everything in my life is a blessing. She says, I decided that my job is to color the lives of everybody else. So when I go to the Hopkins hospital, I am friendly to the guard, and I lift up the nurse, and I celebrate with my children who are not yet religious at all. Because in everyone around me, my job is to color their life. Because I was given this blessing of life, and I appreciate this blessing, and I'm going to use it the right way. She says, in fact, one day I went into my closet. Maybe something went well or something went not. I don't remember. She says, I went into my closet, opened up the thing, took out every inappropriate outfit and threw it away. She says, I am living my life according to God, and I am coloring in everybody else's life with the inspiration and with the blessing I have. I said, wow. I said, I am talking to the celebrity. I said, I can't believe the way your attitude, I can't believe your mindset. This is what it means to live as Hashem is your king. It means to say, I had the life I dreamed of. We all have dreams. I have the life that I dreamed of, and I'm going to put that aside for the life that he chose for me. Because I want to ask you about any person in this room, whatever annoyance you have in your life. If Hashem came to you and said, this is the way I'm going to become king. If you deal with that annoying child, the way I'm going to become king is if you stay in this marriage. The way I'm going to become king is if you leave this marriage. The way I'm going to become king is if you take care of your ailing parent. The way I'm going to become king is if you put a smile on your face, even though you don't have $1 in your pocket. The way I'm going to become king is going to make all your siblings better than you. The way I'm going to become king is to give you a mother-in-law that's annoying. If Hashem came down to you and said, this is the way I'm going to become king, what would you say? You might hesitate for a second and say, Hashem, you need that from me? Yes, I need that from you. That's how I'm going to become king. You would say, okay, if that's my job, I'll do it. But let me tell you something. He did that to you. Maybe he didn't say the words, but whatever life he gave you, that's the life he wants you to embrace as a service to him. That's what it means to make Hashem your king. To live life his way, not my way.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org